It was a cold, dark night in the middle of December. I had just started my shift as a security guard at St. Mary's Hospital. It wasn't a job I particularly enjoyed, but it paid the bills. The hospital was an old, eerie building that had been around since the 1800s. It was said to be haunted, but I never believed in such things. My shift started at 11 p.m. and ended at 7 a.m. My job was simple: patrol the hospital grounds, ensure all entrances were locked, and monitor the CCTV cameras. It was usually a quiet job, but that night was different. Around 2 a.m., while I was doing my rounds, I heard a strange noise coming from one of the old, unused wings of the hospital. It sounded like a soft whimpering, like someone crying. I tried to shake it off as my imagination, but the sound persisted. With my flashlight in hand, I cautiously made my way towards the sound. As I entered the wing, a chill ran down my spine. It was freezing cold, and I could see my breath in the dim light. The whimpering grew louder as I moved further into the wing. It seemed to be coming from one of the rooms at the end of the hallway. As I approached the room, the door creaked open on its own, revealing an empty room with an old, rusty hospital bed. Suddenly, the whimpering stopped. I felt a cold breeze pass by me, and then heard a loud bang behind me. I turned around to see that the door had slammed shut. I tried to open it, but it wouldn't budge. Panic set in as I realized that I was trapped. Then, out of nowhere, the old hospital bed began to shake violently. I could hear whispers all around me, voices that seemed to be crying out in pain. The temperature dropped even more, and I could see my breath turning into a frosty mist. Just when I thought things couldn't get any worse, I saw a figure appear in the corner of the room. It was a woman dressed in an old nurse's uniform. Her face was pale, and her eyes were hollow. She pointed at me and let out a blood-curdling scream. I closed my eyes and began to pray. When I opened them, everything was back to normal. The bed was still, the temperature was normal, and the woman was gone. The door opened easily this time, and I ran out of the wing as fast as I could. I spent the rest of my shift in the security office, too terrified to do my rounds. After that night, I requested a transfer to day shifts. Some nights, when I'm alone in my apartment, I can still hear the soft whimpering and feel the cold breeze. I know now that the hospital is haunted, and I'll never forget that terrifying night shift.